the Hammer Down Racing Report. And now your hosts, Scott Hammer, Ron Miller, and Jerry Keyser.
Welcome, race fans, to the Hammer Down Racing Report for Thursday, September 16th. Show number 197. Scott Hammer, Ron Miller, Jerry Keyser.
Boy, we're closing in on that 200 mark.
We are. And Dave pointed something out just today, as a matter of fact, that our very first show was on September 21st, I think, 2017. It's almost 4 years. So next week will be our 4-year anniversary.
Wow.
Yeah. Coming at you live from the Ron Miller Race Cars Studio 2.0. It's the Hammer Down Race Report presented by Oakshade Raceway.
We're the
Tonight on the
meet to race.
Huh?
We're the fastest meet to race.
Yes. Yeah, your static's back. It's going crazy.
As long as he doesn't talk, it's just fine.
As long as you don't talk, it's fine. There you go. Coming at you live on YouTube, Twitter, and Facebook. Make sure to follow us on Twitter.
I'll be back.
All right. Well, we'll see Jerry here in a minute. Listen to us on your favorite podcasting platform, including Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Stitcher, yeah.
Ooh.
We have a Hammer Down hotline call coming up later on from a fan that listens to us out in Pennsylvania.
Really?
Stitcher.
That's pretty cool.
Google Podcasts. We're on all the podcasting platforms. HammerdownRacingReport.com for more information. Tonight on the show, did I mention Terry Rushlow is going to be on the show yet?
I think you did.
Okay. Well, just in case I forgot.
I think most of the people knew that too.
Terry Rushlow will be joining us here in about 15 minutes or so, maybe a little less. Also, Toledo City Paper, the Best of Toledo nominations have started on Tuesday.
Have they?
I was like, I don't really want to go through this and bug people again to nominate us, but I don't know.
If they want
we're going to have a show meeting during the show and see what you guys think.
They can go to Toledo City Paper and nominate us without us asking.
They could. I did share the link on our Facebook page. So
oh my!
We were nominated back in
17?
2018 and last year. But that's as far as we've made the final 6, but we haven't gotten past the final 6.
A couple of chicks beat us.
Yeah. I don't know. We may have finished top 5. I don't know. They only tell you the top 2. And it wasn't us last year, unfortunately. But nominees go through the 15th of October if you want to nominate us for.
I wonder if whoever won has international listeners, because we certainly do.
Well, maybe we shouldn't be going for Best of Toledo.
Best of the world?
There you go. World best. So again, next week we're going to be celebrating our 4-year anniversary. I'm not really sure what we're going to do. We will be giving away some Sandusky Speedway tickets to the Bev J. Cox Memorial Cavalcade presented by Budweiser, which is coming up at Sandusky Speedway on October 3rd. Give away a 4-pack on next week's show.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, so that'd be pretty cool. And maybe we'll do some other. We got on the show next week. We already have a guest booked for next week as well, which is
that a secret, or are you going to tell us?
I suppose I can.
You don't remember?
No, I just wanted to make sure I wasn't forgetting anything here. So Sandusky Speedway Cavalcade and Spencer Baston will be joining us.
Oh yeah,
Attic Ambush winner. So that's next week on the show, next Thursday night. Don't miss out on that. Got to thank Oakshade Raceway. We're the fastest meet to race every Saturday night. This Saturday is the Bomber Spectacular, paying $1,000 to win. The Dittman Motorsports throwing in $100 for the hard charger in that race as well. The driver gaining most positions. OakshadeRaceway.com for more information. Big D's Pizza, subs, ribs, chicken, and more in Clyde. Give them a call, 419-547-1444. You can order online at orderbigdspizza.com. And I believe they're hiring delivery drivers again.
Ooh.
Still. So stop on in if you need a job. Big on taste.
Delivering the best pizza.
Yeah.
That'd be a good gig.
I'm guessing you probably get some kind of deal with the food. At least, some kind of discount or free food. I don't know. Dean's a nice guy. Maybe if he likes you. Real Geese Silhouette Decoys, the most technologically advanced goose and duck decoys that are produced. They're manufactured here in the U.S. Check out realgeese.com. Or call 419-800-8100. Check out some of the Real Geese clothing and gear for sale on their website. Welcome back, Jerry Keyser.
Can you hear me any better?
You're still a little scratchy, but we can hear you.
That might be Jerry, though.
Huh?
That could be Jerry. Maybe it's not the mic.
Yes, he's emanating some digital signals from his beard.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
You know, just to be clear, Scott, you said Oakshade Raceway racing every Saturday night. That's really every Saturday night for the next 2 weeks.
Oh, yeah. During racing season.
Yeah.
Got to thank Ryan Miller Race Cars, Freeze Frame Photos, Dittman Motorsports as well. Are you ready to do the racing roundup there? Welcome back.
Give me just a second. I had to put together the Shady Bowl results.
All right, well, how about I start out? I'll start out with the Attica stuff, and then you can take over after that.
Sounds like a plan.
Chris Andrews took the lead with 3 to go to win the 410 Sprint Mark Keegan Classic Championship Night feature. Andrews, a 2-time Attica champion, earned his 10th career victory in the 410 Sprint division. Caleb Griffith finished second, and Craig Mintz finished third. Craig Mintz, the real geese guy. Trey Jacobs earned the Callie's Performance Products 410 Sprint track title because it was championship night. Joining his dad, Dean, who won the Attica Championship back in 2011. Devin Shields finished second to Ryan Missler in the UMP late model feature. Just ignore that. That was nothing to see here. Move on. He claims the track championship by 12 points over Ryan Markham. I swear I turned that down. Eric Spengler came home third in that late model feature. In the Fremont Fence 305 Sprints, Fremont's Paul Weaver, a 5-time track champion, dominated the feature, winning by nearly 6 seconds for his 8th victory of 2021 at Attica. Seth Szabo and Logan Reel rounded out the podium. Jamie Miller was the point championship winner there for the 305s at Attica. You good now? You ready to take over?
Yeah, I think so. I think we can get through it now.
It's all you.
At Oakshade Raceway, Devin Shields won the season championship makeup late model feature in his 4th track championship. Steve Kester finished third with Rusty Schlenk second. Schlenk held off Shields to win the 2nd late model feature of the night with Eric Spengler third. Rusty Smith swept both sportsman features and was able to sneak by Mike Jessen in the final point standings to win his 2nd consecutive track championship. Carter Murday finished second in both sportsman features. Carl Spors finished third in the 1st sportsman feature, and Josh Robertson was in third in the 2nd sportsman feature. Adding up both Bomber A-main wins, Gabe Mueller finished second in the makeup season championship feature and earned his 1st Bomber track championship. Donnie Ringman came home third. Ringman finished second in his 2nd Bomber A with Adam Noonan third. In the compacts, Joe Carr won the 1st feature, holding off Corey Gum and Jason Deschler. Gum got the best of the field in the 2nd compact A-main with unofficial 2021 compact track champ Eric Carr finishing second with Deschler in third once again. Cody Stedden won the 1st Bomber B-main, and Chris Blykamp won the 2nd Bomber B-main. Joe Elliott was the compact B-main winner. At Fremont Speedway, Cole Macedo took the AFCS 410 Sprint feature over DJ Foose and Kyle Capodice. DJ Foose took the AFCS 410 Sprint championship over Craig Mintz. Matt Foose took the victory in the AFCS 305 Sprints over Steve Rando and Paul Weaver. Paul Weaver took the AFCS 305 Sprint championship over Matt Foose. Jamie Miller took the dirt truck checkered flag in front of teammates Sean Valeni and Jeff Babcock. Valeni won the Australian Pursuit. At Montpelier Motor Speedway in the Thunder Midgets, Aaron Leffel took the checkers in front of Jacob Denny and Michael Magic. In the UMP Modifieds, Cole Sink took the win over Dylan Woodling and Todd Sherman, and Tony Anderson picked up the win in the Super Stock feature over Glenn Bradley and Todd Sherman. At Sandusky Speedway, Joey Wyckoff took the Lubrication Supply LLC Renegades feature over Noah Patterson and Bryant McCoy. In the Precision Paving Pure Stocks, Bill Rabbits took the checkered flag over Tanner Smith and Johnny Newman. Kenny Phillips took the Modified feature win ahead of Jason Wells and Preston Walker. And Laney Najedli took the Beginner Stock feature over Ethan Rusiska. At Eldora Speedway, Brandon Overton won the 51st World 100 on Thursday night and picked up $54,000 for his efforts. Tim McCready was second with Dale McDowell third. Friday night, Brandon Overton and Greg Satterley each picked up one of the twin 25 wins. And then in Saturday's 50th World 100, Jonathan Davenport led the final 45 laps to win his 4th World 100. Mike Marlar finished second, and Brandon Overton came up third. At Shady Bowl Speedway on Saturday night, the Ohio Wheelman Series invaded with Austin Woodcox picking up the win over Jeremy Wiggins and Jason Mahaffey. In the Harrod Septic Solutions Compacts in the 100-lap Compact Challenge, it was Mike Wintrow picking up his 6th victory of the season and picking up the $2,600 payday over Ethan Pope and Charlie Hepker. Ethan Pope was crowned the season champion for the Harrod Septic Solutions Compacts. In the Adams Automotive Street Stocks, it was Corey Plunkett picking up his first feature win of 2021 over Josh Sage and Phil Gussler Jr. Josh Sage was crowned champion for 2021 in the Adams Automotive Street Stocks. In the Noble Armor Coating Crown Vics, it was Nick Barrett picking up his 3rd feature win of the season over Zach Beatty-Lakins and Alex Zirkle. Jimmy McElfresh was crowned the champion of the Crown Vics for their inaugural season this year at Shady Bowl. In the Wooten Automotive and Towing Modifieds, it was Mike Carroll picking up the feature win over Greg Jackson and Logan McPherson. Jackson and McPherson came into the night tied in points, but by his qualifying time and finishing the feature, Jackson beat McPherson by just 3 points for the championship. In the bullet liner of Dayton Thunder Cars, it was Buck Bertie picking up his 2nd consecutive feature over Scott Drake and Landon Jones. Scott Drake was crowned the season champ in the bullet liner of Dayton Thunder Cars. In the World of Outlaws NOS Energy Drink Sprint Cars, David Gravel survived lap traffic in the final restart to score the victory by 1.202 seconds. Colby Copeland finished 2nd, and Brad Sweet collected another podium finish in 3rd. Logan Schuhart used up a bit of luck to get the lead and a whole lot of determination to fend off Brad Sweet's late race efforts to take the victory in Saturday's Gold Cup Race of Champions finale. Tanner Carrick was sent to the work area for a loose tail tank, giving the lead to Schuhart. Schuhart and Brad Sweet traded slide jobs and a bonsai charge on the white flag lap, but came up short. In that move, James McFadden got around Sweet to finish 2nd, with Sweet finishing 3rd. Due to the fires on the West Coast, the 49er Gold Rush Classic at Placerville Speedway has been canceled. The Tom Tarleton Classic at Keller Auto Speedway in Hanford, California has been moved to Saturday, September 18th. In the Flow Racing All-Star Circuit of Champions, Brent Marks took the lead on lap 11 and never looked back to take the opening night of the 54th edition of the Tuscarora 50 for the Flow Racing All-Star Circuit of Champions at Port Royal Speedway on Thursday night. He outdueled full-time All-Star Bill Baylog. Baylog held on to finish 2nd, and Darren Pittman finished 3rd. Pittman earned himself a trip to the All-Star Circuit of Champions victory lane on Friday night during Port Royal Speedway's night before the Tuscarora 50. Lucas Wolf held on to finish 2nd, and Gio Selzy rounded out the podium. Logan Wagner has won 4 consecutive Port Royal Speedway track championships, and now he has won the Tuscarora 50 championship on Saturday night. Wagner took the lead with 2 laps to go to take the checkered flag. Lance DeLuise held on to finish 2nd, and Anthony Macri rounded out the podium. Next up for the All-Stars, William Grove Speedway tomorrow and Lincoln Speedway in Abbottstown on Saturday, September 18th over in Pennsylvania. In NASCAR action, in the Xfinity Series, Noah Gragson earned his second straight victory during Saturday's Go Bowling 250 at Richmond Raceway. Justin Haley finished 2nd, and John Hunter Nemechek finished 3rd. In the Cup Series, it was Martin Truex Jr. overcoming a penalty for jumping the initial start of Saturday's Federated Auto Parts 400 at Richmond, driving through the field to earn his 4th NASCAR Cup Series victory of the season. Denny Hamlin was 2nd, and Christopher Bell 3rd. Next up for NASCAR in the Cup Series, it's the Bass Pro Shops night race at Bristol on Saturday at 7:30 p.m. on NBC Sports Network. The Xfinity Series is in action with the Food City 300 at Bristol on Friday, September 17th on NBC Sports Network at 7:30. And the Truck Series is in action in Bristol tonight at 9 p.m. on Fox Sports 1. In the NTT IndyCar Series, after a multi-car crash in the opening lap of Sunday's Grand Prix of Portland, Alex Palou was sent to the rear by IndyCar officials for missing the chicane to avoid the crash. That allowed Palou's team to change its pit strategy to allow him to charge back to the field and take the lead, where he went on to take on his 3rd victory of the season over Alexander Rossi by 1.2895 seconds. Scott Dixon finished 3rd. Next up for the IndyCars, the Firestone Grand Prix of Monterey on Sunday at 3 p.m. on NBC. In other notes, Brandon Shepard won the Castrol Flow Racing Night in America 50-lap dirt late model feature Monday night at Fairbury American Legion Speedway. Originally scheduled for Tuesday, series and track officials moved up the event a day earlier because of the threat of inclement weather. Was Shepard's 15th win of the season, and he took home $15,000 for the effort. And that'll do it for this week's Racing Roundup.
Make sure to contact Freeze Frame Photos for all your racing photo needs, from action shots to victory lane. They have all your favorite drivers. They have all your least favorite drivers.
Yeah.
Like
them or not, you can get their photos.
They also do special photos by appointment. Give them a call, Freeze Frame Photos. Special moments frozen in time, 419-476-9978. And they got the all kinds of cool custom items you can order, like those calendars, which are going to be huge. Hey, Jerry, will you do me a favor?
Yeah.
Will you mute your microphone unless you're going to talk?
That bad?
It is a little bit.
It's bad in your earphones. It's not that bad over here, man.
What? I can't hear you.
Huh? What?
Yeah.
I'll tell you what, Scott. Since we got the racing roundup done, I'm going to bail tonight. I'll get my stuff fixed, and we'll be back next week.
All right. We got Terry. Terry's waiting for us right here.
I know.
Terry wanted to talk to you.
He did. He said, my name is spelled just like Jerry, except for with a T instead of a G, so I want to talk to him.
You tell him how impressed I was. Here, get him in here.
Here.
You were awesome at Eldora last Sunday. Jordan and them guys had nothing for you. It was so much fun to watch you get out front and take off with that one, man.
Yeah, thanks, man.
Maybe we should ask our listeners if they can hear the background noise in Jerry's mic.
There you go. Oh, wait, let's do this. See if I do that, then I don't hear it.
I don't hear it.
Well.
Yeah.
Because he muted me. Now you can't hear me.
Well, I unmuted you, so now we can hear you. But let me get through one more commercial here. Dittman Motorsports Performance Parts, custom bodies, fabrication, racing fuels, Hoosier Tires, and more. 419-283-8580. Give Craig a call, and make sure you tell him the Hammer Down Racing Report sent you. He may give you a discount. He might not. Probably not, but he might.
There's a nope.
Nope. All right. Tom can hear it, but not that bad. So I guess we'll go with it.
Yep, you're stuck, Jerry. You're not leaving.
You can't leave. Sorry. Terry Rushlow, how's it going, sir?
How you doing? Pretty good.
Good. Let's do this.
I hope you can hear me here.
Oh yeah, we can hear you.
Okay.
Where are you at? Oh, you're in the trailer?
No, I'm next to it.
Okay.
Right here.
Oh, okay.
Oh yeah.
Right there.
Like you're in it. All right. So let's start out by talking about the Eldora feature win in the stock car. Was it Labor Day weekend a couple weeks ago?
Yep.
How long was the lead up to that? Because I know there were plans to run last year, and then you finally got that win. Tell us what led up to that win.
You mean as far as the Eldora run?
Running at Eldora with that car.
We built the car in 19. The middle of 19 and 20, and then COVID, all that stuff hit. So we were kind of stuck at one track. So we just ran at Oakshade, and we ended up getting the side ripped off. And I said, I'm not running there in the sportsman class again. We don't belong in that class. We'll just wait for Eldora. And then we had to wait for the following year, which was this year. And it turned out better than expected. I think we wanted to get Rookie of the Year, and we ended up getting, I think, third in points and a feature win at the end. So we cannot complain with this. I mean, we got a ton of help from Jordan and Tim and all those guys, which they're solid guys. So they're the one that gave us a lot of tips down there. So yeah.
Do you think they're regretting it?
No, they're super humble, so they're okay.
So how many times did you get to run down there this year? 5 times?
We ran 5 times, and then we just had problem after problem with the carburetor and this, that, and another, and then the last night it finally worked out for us, so it was pretty good.
So starting up front had to help a little bit too, right?
What was that?
Starting up front had to help a little bit too,
that
right?
That helps a ton. When you start on the front row, I was amazed that car took off, and we just never looked back. And if, like I said, if Jordan was ahead of us, he would have won the race. It was going to be who was ahead of who was going to win, and it was pretty much a me and Jordan show. So it was fun. It was definitely fun. It was the best race I think I've ever had. So,
and now you've got to get dressed up and go to the Eldora banquet.
Yeah, so that's what they keep telling me. You got to be all suit and tied. Penguin looking. So I said, let's do it.
Going to do the limo thing too?
Yeah.
We've got connections there.
Yeah.
We'll rent a limo.
There you go.
Yeah, we do have connections with the limo deal.
Yeah. Oh, do you? I might have to get a hold of you on that.
I'm sure Jamie probably could
Jamie
wrangle something up with his dad.
Yeah. Jamie's pretty tight with the limo people.
Yeah,
that's true.
No, you had an oil leak, I guess, during that race too.
Yeah, so the car takes roughly 12 quarts with the cooler, and we lost about 7 or so. So yeah, we had a big oil leak.
It was close.
Yeah. So we lost oil pressure after the checker flag. I shut it off, and I'm hoping I saved it, but the motor's still coming out. So.
Okay. So how many jokes about it being a Ford have you heard?
Oh man, that's all I've heard. Ford this, Ford that, Ford, and it is what it is. In my opinion, it's how it's built, and I don't care where, because it's all the same steel. Let's be honest here. So, in my opinion, it's how it's built.
Okay. Now, what's your opinion on Ford? I know Jamie's a huge Ford guy. Are you a huge Ford guy? You're just a race car guy. You're a Chevy guy?
Yeah.
Is it hard climbing in that stock car?
No, you know what? At first I thought it was going to be back in I was 16 or 17 when we first started running it. But when I felt the power that thing had, I was like, man, this thing's pretty amazing. So I benefit of the doubt. Let's just put it that way.
Who was the engine builder for that?
Dave Dickens.
Oh, okay.
Yep.
I didn't know he built Fords.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, he's a big Ford guy. Actually, he's a
Big,
Ford guy.
Oh,
yeah.
I did not know that.
Yep.
Guy that builds my engines. I didn't even know that.
Yep.
So you've ended up third in the points at Eldora, and I'm assuming you're rookie of the year then.
I'm hoping. So I guess it's an official vote. So
it's a vote.
I guess it goes between the officials on how the rookie pans out. Which I don't see how I couldn't get it, but you never know. I'll take with whatever I can get.
Have you raced Eldora before this year?
One time in 2012, and that was like their blue collar bash they had there in 12. So, and that was the only time.
Okay. So who do you think was the toughest competitor that you were up against in the stock class there at Eldora? Conover? Or?
It's Conover. Rob Trent's pretty good usually.
Those are the two that finish in front of you in points.
Yep. Tony Anderson. He's usually pretty good. Jessup's usually pretty good. Craig Dittman's then going down there. He's usually pretty good down there. So.
Okay. So you were also running the late model for Alan Markey. That started. Was that last year? That started. Was that the year before?
Yeah, last year. Yep.
Okay. So how did that come about that he put you in that guy? Because I remember that night. It was the end of the night, and you were out there doing hot laps after racing. And it was like, who's out there doing that?
Actually, you know what? It was. We were building. I was putting the body on the Eldora car there at his shop, and I got thrown in a talk of running it, and next thing you know, I'm running it. So yeah.
And your first outing in that late model was pretty impressive.
Yeah, that's what they say.
That's what they say. Was that your first time in a late model?
Yeah. Yep.
Other than hot laps when you saw him practicing.
Was it much of an adjustment going from a bomber or stock car into that?
It's definitely a 180. There's no doubt about that. It's a lot different.
Things happen a little quicker.
A lot quicker.
Yeah. Do you prefer the late models then?
I do. Yeah.
So you're not going to be looking back. You got a new late model ride that just came about. Why don't you tell us about that and how that all came together?
Oh, so yeah. I was actually loading up for Eldora for not the last race before. We were loading up, and Mike Anderzak, which is the owner of APC out here, and he stopped me at the table out here, and he's like, how would you think about running a full time and this and that? And I was like, I have to talk to Al. I didn't want to step on nobody's toes, and Al and all them guys told me to jump on it, so I jumped on it.
Okay.
Now, what are their plans?
They sold the car, actually.
Really?
Yeah, I guess they just sold it last week or the beginning.
So you don't have a plan B?
No. If nothing pans out, I'll just be done. This ain't my life thing, so this is just a fun thing.
So how long? What kind of long-term deal do you have to drive for Anderzak, or is it just kind of an open-ended deal?
It's just an open end. Yeah. It's just get in, show up, drive, work on it once, twice a week.
So were any other tracks you're gonna try and hit before the end of this year?
No. So we're gonna run Eldora the last time, and then we're gonna strip the car down. Probably Sunday we'll probably start ripping it down. Sunday, Monday, and then yeah, that'll be it for this year.
For the late model.
Yeah, well, I'm done altogether. So
Okay.
Gabe Mueller's taking the Ford Mustang over for Eldora next year. So he's taking that ride over for Jamie next year. So that'll be a good learning curve for him.
What about next year for you? Are you going to be driving the late model again? Or?
Yeah, so we'll be, they tell me we'll be Eldora and Muskegon County and a couple other tracks.
All right.
Couple Lucas Oil.
Do you think that driving the late model gave you a bit of an advantage with the stock car?
No.
Did things slow down a little bit when you were in the stock car?
I will agree there. It seems like you could drink a coffee down the straightaways. It seems a lot slower.
Yeah.
So, do you run with what's his face?
Anderson.
Well, I don't know.
Yeah, Rob.
With Robbie?
Yeah, I couldn't. I had Mike in my head. I couldn't think of Robbie's name. You running with Robbie then? Is he still running the 8 car?
Yeah. Yep. So
okay.
His car is torn down. It's got to go back to the frame shop to be straightened out. His last night didn't turn out so well at Oakshade. So
you guys going to be running together then next year?
Yeah. Yep.
Awesome. Any Summer Nationals shows you think maybe?
I don't. It's kind of in the air. So we'll see and we'll play it out. We're gonna make a schedule together and all that stuff. So
now, if a sprint car ride was offered to you,
no.
would you? No,
no.
No, I would hot lap one, but that's as far as I would go. I don't like the idea that a dry shaft's between my legs. I know it's probably a lot safer than what it sounds, but there's something about it. They're tumble bunnies, man. They're crazy.
But maybe you hot lap it and you get the bug for it.
It could be that you could have a point there, but as of right now, no. My wife and kids said absolutely not.
All right. Well, you're a 2-time bomber track champion at Oakshade. Any other championships you've earned over the years?
No, that's it. Just Oakshade.
Well, with some expertise in the bomber class, then who's your pick to win the Bomber Spectacular for this weekend?
Well, I'm going with my driver that I call him my house driver, which is Gabe Mueller. I'm the one that helped him out all year long, me and Fowler. So I'm going with him. If not him, I would probably say Colin Schilt would be my second guess.
Those seem to be some pretty safe bets.
Now, didn't both of those guys have some issues last weekend?
After the championship, yeah.
Yeah, so I think Colin got spun out or something like that, and then Gabe lost fuel pressure.
Sure.
Yeah, and come find out it was a ball bearing got sucked up in the fuel line and plugged it off. So, yeah.
What was a ball bearing doing in the fuel line?
It's the check valve.
There's no bearings in there. Come on.
It's the check valve.
Okay.
For the fuel tank fell out.
It
somehow made its way in the fuel line, which is amazing to think it made it in there.
Really?
Yeah.
So Gabe's going to be driving the car. Is it going to be? I think I saw they're going to change it to a 4. It was the 63, but same car. Any idea what Gabe's doing with the 4 car? Is he selling that? Or?
He's going to play at Oakshade, I think, on the times he's not running Eldora. And he plans on running Eldora, Lima, Millstream. We'll see what else is running by then.
So when you walk away from the late model ride you got there, are you going to say, hey, why don't you get this Gabe guy to fill in there too?
I would like to see that, but it's really hard to get anybody in a ride. So.
Well, you seem to be enjoying. I mean, you were racing full time at Oakshade for many, many years. You've kind of stepped back from that. I mean, are you enjoying things? Is this where you want to be as far as racing goes? I mean,
I don't want to do no more points runs or anything. I just want to play. That's all I want. I just want to go out, have a good time, play, not have to worry about points. Points has made me gray. You can see that. I'm just over it. So
you don't like the having to race consistently.
Well,
or being consistent.
I don't want to put Oakshade on blast here, but they run 20 something. 22 weeks or something. That's a long season.
There is a lot there.
Yeah, so that's the only thing. And we'll race out there. I don't want to run 22 weeks.
I can understand that.
Stressful.
Well, you could, go for the World of Outlaws title or Rookie of the Year. I mean, maybe probably start off with Rookie of the Year. I mean,
that would be ideal. Yeah.
Any plans to run like Florida Speed Weeks?
No. They ran the beginning of this year. Was it this year or last year? I think it was this year. And they decided never to go back there. So
I understand that.
So I'm out.
Okay.
Having been there and done that, I understand. Yeah.
Yeah, but it'd be nice to go down for the weather.
Yeah, it'd be pretty cool.
Yeah, just buy a pit pass and wander around. You're a whole lot farther ahead.
So how many more?
Right.
How many more years? I mean, assuming this your ride here with the late models an indefinite thing. How many more years of racing you think you got in you?
Oh, with my kids getting into sports and all that stuff, and my littlest one, he just got in school, so my oldest one is in sports. I think that's eventually gonna take over. So I'm gonna say 2-3 years. I wouldn't say very long.
Oh, that's not very long at all.
Mike's not listening, is he?
Yeah. well, then Gabe's gonna step in and take over.
There you go.
So what's your best finish been in late model, either the 97 or the Anders Acker?
I think it was 4th in Marky's car. Yeah.
Okay. At Oakshade.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
So is that the night you started out front and led most of the race?
No, I think I spun out that night. I checked.
Is that okay?
A lap.
Sorry, I didn't mean to bring up that. I just remember there was a night last year where you started out front. I thought you was going to run away with it, man.
Yeah,
you had a hell of a run going.
Yeah, I know it. Thanks.
So what's your next? What's your next race? You said you're going to be running.
Oakshade will be the last. The last race of the year. Yeah.
This weekend.
Yeah.
Okay. So you're not running the topless
We're
deal?
Not. Nope.
Okay.
Nope.
So one more race to see Terry Rushlow, and you're gonna win because we got to get our record back up here for having our guests on.
Oh yeah, you're aware of that, right?
What's that?
That our guests typically go on to win their next race.
That sounds like a plan.
Sounds like a plan. Who are you looking at that you might have to beat, or who's going to be your biggest challenge to get that win Saturday at Oakshade?
Come on now, Rusty, Shields, Colin, you name them, they're all tough.
But you can beat them.
I would love to beat them. Yes.
You got the equipment to beat them.
Yes.
And you seem to have the skills, so put the two together. And
we're gonna do something. For the last couple of weeks we've been playing around, so we've just been throwing some oddball stuff at the car to see what works and stuff like that. So we'll see.
So now you know what doesn't work.
We know a lot that doesn't work. So
do you know what does work?
We're getting there. Yeah.
Okay. Well, that doesn't instill a lot of confidence, but we'll be pulling for you anyway.
I'm just being honest.
All right. Well, Terry, we appreciate you giving us the time to come on and talk about your racing there at Eldora in the stock and moving on into to late models.
Yes, sir.
What happens if you get an offer to run ARCA or even NASCAR?
I think I would try it, but that's a really far fetch. But I would try it.
Maybe you'll be unloading at I don't know, Eldora, and somebody comes up to you, hey, why don't you step in my car? Because, no, you're too old for ARCA because you're not 15.
I know.
So he'd be
NASCAR
an old
anymore.
He'd be a certified old guy.
Yeah.
I'd be retired.
There you go.
Hey, gentle now.
You're be the car owner. So,
brother.
Anyway, thanks a lot, Terry, and
Yes,
good luck this weekend. Good luck next year. Look forward to seeing you out at the track in that black 63.
Cool. I'll see you guys.
All right.
See you, Terry.
See you, Terry.
Yep. Bye.
There you go. It's Terry Rushlow, your I think it's 2019 Bomber Track champion. You know what? I actually wrote that down. I probably
You read it?
I think so. 2013 and 2019 Bomber Track champion, and finishing third in the points this year at Eldora. And
you're likely Eldora Rookie of the Year in a late model.
They got to vote for it? That's weird. I've never heard of that. It's more of a popularity contest if you got to vote for it.
They look at.
I think they take like the
points count for something. I'm assuming
they take the points into account. They take your attitude. If you've been helpful to the track. I think they look at what other drivers think of you, think things like that too. So,
gotcha. I got some racing news here coming up a little bit later. We have your weekend weather pit stop with Ryan Weekman. We have the Hammer Down Hotline. We actually have a real call. I was very excited about this. And we'll be giving away a Big D's pizza. With how many? Coming up here in a little bit. On Saturday night, there was a shooting at Friendship Motor Speedway. The Surrey County Sheriff's Office is investigating the shooting. Friendship Motor Speedway is a 4/10 mile dirt track in Elkin, North Carolina. It was a weekly show back on Saturday, 9/11. All military, police, fire, and EMS got free admission to the stand, so you think there'd be some first responders there. The track had 2 off-duty deputies working security for the event who were notified of the shooting. Yosef Amil Handy, 45, is the arrested suspect. He is a felon currently on federal probation. Marty Allen Bang and Devin Ray Gaddy were treated at the scene, then transported to the hospital. Each suffered non-life-threatening injuries. Police have charged Handy with 2 counts of assault with a deadly weapon with intent to kill, in addition to 1 count of possession of a firearm by a felon. Investigators stated that Mr. Bengi was involved in an altercation with a man identified as Brandon Collins, which sparked the shooting. Collins was not injured in the shooting. So, and from what I read, it wasn't necessarily racing related, I don't think. He just tracked him down at the track and the altercation. Felt a need to shoot him. Yeah, I don't know. It's just, that's not right. No. Due to the ongoing tire shortage, the World of Outlaws Morton Buildings Late Model Series and track officials have postponed the September 24th and 25th event at the Rev, located in Monroe, Louisiana. That's been postponed to 2022 now. Officials did not want to position teams and the speedway in a manner that couldn't put on a quality racing program due to an industry-wide lack of tire production. When is the tire production going to catch back up? I don't know. I'm really concerned, Scott, about everything that's going on in the racing industry parts wise. It's been really difficult. I understand that Hoosier Tire, the tires came out of the mold onto a semi and straight to Eldora last weekend just so that there was tires available. Do you think the fact that there is a tire shortage, that people are buying tires as soon as they can, just thinking that there's not going to be tires available, so let's buy them? It's kind of like the toilet paper the fuel shortage thing when they shut off the fuel line and people were, I don't know. Is that the kind of mentality that's going on, do you think? It's just crazy. Because of the Fremont trucks, I sell quite a few American Racer tires at our shop, and I understand that American Racer is like 50,000 tires behind on orders. So it's not just Hoosier. It's not tires. Just Hoosier. If they opened up the tire rule to any specific tire, I think there'd still be shortages. We reported last week that the Cup Series was talking about having the Clash at a stadium. That has now been confirmed. It has. The NASCAR Cup Series stock car racing in a football stadium will happen next February at the famed Los Angeles Memorial Coliseum, one of the most storied sports venues in the world. The Coliseum will host the Clash. Actually, they're calling it the Clash at the Coliseum on February 6th. The season opening exhibition race that has been run at Daytona International Speedway throughout its existence will be a signature event as part of the venue's centennial celebration. The race will be run 2 weeks prior to the Daytona 500. The traditional Coliseum playing surface, which is grass right now, I believe, it's a football field, it's going to be converted into a quarter-mile asphalt short track. So they're going to put down a asphalt track that's going to be used once and then torn up so they can play football again. Okay. It'll also be the first race for NASCAR's new next gen race cars. Tickets will go on sale Thursday, September. That's today. They go on sale today. And if you're listening to us tomorrow, then it was Thursday, September 16th. Pricing will start at $65 for adults. So, and
ouch.
And NASCAR's raced in stadiums before. They've raced Chicago Soldier Field.
Correct.
In like the 50s, I think. And then you got
And
Bowman Gray.
Yep.
But that's a permanent
right
racing facility.
But
there.
it's no great big track either.
Yeah.
You know, I think
that place has lots of fights.
Probably having it with the Clash rather than a full-fledged Cup event, because there won't be 40 cars starting. The Clash will probably start 22, 26.
So it'll be like your typical short track feature at Flat Rock or something.
Yeah.
But I get a lot of people were kind of pissed that they didn't choose an existing track to run it at. Instead, they're going to build one. I understand.
And I've got to believe it's going to be a very flat track.
Probably. Yeah, I can't imagine they're going to bank it too much unless they pave the stands. And they race around it.
I read they're looking at different gradations for banking because they want to create lines of sight so you can see it from all the way around. So it's going to be interesting. I did see that. Yeah. So, I mean, there is going to be some banking.
It will generate some buzz, that's for sure.
I would imagine it'll be parabolic banking so that there is a top side which will be fast speed-wise, but the bottom was shorter, so...
But are they going to put all that effort into it just for a temporary track?
They don't want it to fail. They're going to have to.
True. Well, then they have to rebuild it again next year. You think that a dirt thing would just be easier? Just bring the dirt in and I don't know.
Yeah, look how stupid racing at Eldora is with the trucks. Oh, wait, that worked really well.
And that was an existing track.
Yeah.
All right. Moving on. NASCAR officials announced the 2022 Cup Series schedule yesterday, which features 39 events starting February 6th with that Clash at the Coliseum and ending on November 6th. The Cup Series will visit another track for the first time when the green flag drops at Worldwide Technology Raceway just outside St. Louis, Missouri. That'll be on June 5th. The addition of that track means Pocono Raceway will host one NASCAR Cup Series race instead of two. Homestead Miami will return to the playoff mix. It will host the second race of the round of 8 on October 23rd. In addition, Texas Speedway and Las Vegas Speedway will swap dates and lead off the round of 12 and round of 8, respectively. Kansas will move up in the playoff schedule, becoming the second in the round of 16 on September 11th. The Bristol Dirt Race will return to the schedule. This time it'll be under the lights on Easter Sunday. That doesn't seem right because people work on Monday after that Sunday. You don't get Monday off.
I don't know. I do.
And usually,
I don't. NASCAR my boss is a jerk.
NASCAR typically takes Easter. Your boss is a jerk. Wait, you're your boss. He is a jerk. No, he's not. Just kidding. I lost my train. Oh no, they don't. Usually, they take Easter off. There's usually an off weekend, so that's weird. That
Mother's Day is off.
Yeah, but they're going to be racing on Easter. It just seems strange. I mean, whatever. That worked. All-Star Race will return to Texas Motor Speedway on May 22nd. Championship weekend will return to Phoenix Raceway for the third year on November 4th through 6th. Phoenix is just so anticlimactic to me. I mean, that's just it's an all right race, but it just doesn't seem like it doesn't have that big draw. I mean, maybe they should do the Coliseum in a figure 8 with all 43 cars. Now that would be a season championship race. That would be exciting. Also, this is probably why I don't run NASCAR.
You know, maybe NASCAR should take a look at ARCA and ask them why they don't run a big car race at Flat Rock anymore, which is a quarter-mile bull ring.
Why don't they?
The guys didn't want to race there.
Why not? It's not because they have too many cars.
Actually, back in the day when they were racing at Flat Rock, and that was a race definitely worth watching. I guess I'll give NASCAR that. The ARCA race at Flat Rock was entertaining.
There you go. Maybe we should have the Clash at Flat Rock.
There you go.
We'll put a petition out for next year. The return to auto racing to North Carolina.
Only if we move it to Shady Bowl the following year.
Okay, or maybe it'd be a 2-race series or something.
There you go.
3-race. Throw Sandusky in there as well.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I got to make sure Chris Mize is taken care of too.
Yeah. The return of auto racing to North Carolina's Rockingham Speedway is going to have to wait. Track and CARS Tour officials announced Wednesday that the planned CARS Tour late model stock car event scheduled for November 6th, will not take place amid the ongoing Hoosier tire shortage.
Yeah.
The race would have been the first professional motorsports event held at the venue since 2013. The statement went on to say that the track and series officials will evaluate the tire situation in the hopes of bringing action back to the track sometime in 2022. I always liked Rockingham. I thought that was a pretty cool track.
Yeah.
And I think a
lot of history.
It's like an entertainment venue now. I think they have like a concert venue there or something. So hopefully they get that together. Here's something for you, because you like the political stuff, and this is racing meeting political stuff. The RPM Act was reintroduced in the U.S. House of Representatives in May, and Senators Richard Burr, a Republican from North Carolina, and John Tester, a Democrat from Montana, have reintroduced it in the U.S. Senate. The Recognizing the Protection of Motorsports, RPM, Act is for racers in the racing industry. The EPA declared the 50-year-old Clean Air Act doesn't allow street vehicles to be converted into vehicles used for racing competition. That was back in 2016. The RPM Act is supposed to prevent unnecessary regulations on motorsport hobbyists, amateurs, and professionals. You shed any more light onto that? Because I know you've been kind of a proponent of that, and I didn't realize this is still going on. We've been talking about this since we started the show.
And there's an awful lot of entry-level racing that would fall under those EPA guidelines.
So this act hasn't been passed
ratified
yet.
No,
but are we seeing any effects of what the EPA has said yet?
They're still working towards that. No.
Okay.
Jerry, your Ford class down there would fall directly under this.
The Crown Vic.
The Crown Vic class.
Yeah, the Crown Vic class. Absolutely. Yeah. That's something that's scary. That it takes away a lot of grassroots racing, and
all the front wheel drive classes.
Yeah. Anything that came from a street car being used as a race car is gone.
So they're suggesting all racers contact their elected officials, congressmen, senators, whatever,
and support the RPM.
Yes, to get that thing to pass. So I guess there's action going there. Hopefully we'll get that done. If you don't follow us on Twitter, well, you're missing out. Not on a whole lot, really, but you should follow us on Twitter anyways. At Hammer Report. This week's poll was I can't talk and click on buttons at the same time, apparently. Had to do with racing surfaces and which one provides the best racing. So the poll, which I believe just wrapped up a little bit ago, was the surface that provides the best racing. The options were dry, slick dirt, moist and tacky dirt, concrete, and asphalt. And our audience, not surprisingly, went with the dirt and moist and tacky, which I think that I would pick the dry slick because it's kind of an equalizer.
It definitely is.
The guys with the motors and the moist and tacky, that's fast.
It takes the expensive part out of motorsports, puts the driver back in control.
So
I like a good non-wing sprint car race on a bull ring that's got a lot of moisture in it, but it's got to be a cowboy up track. It's got to have a rough head, and because then again, motors don't necessarily mean everything. You got to know how to drive and how to handle a car on a rough track.
Using the vernacular that most of the big teams have been using, the moist tracks tend to have a lot of character. Which is a code word for
that's the nice way of saying.
Yeah. That track had a lot of character tonight.
I meant to ask Terry about the character Eldora had at the Bowling Classic.
Right.
It was full of character.
I've heard a lot of tracks have had a lot of character this year, though.
Don't understand, but yes, it seems to be a common malady.
But Ron Miller Race Cars is supporting a big event coming up on October 9th. You want to talk about that real quick before we get to our how many and your chance to win a Big D's pizza?
Because I opened my mouth, I wound up chairman of the Whiteford Fall Festival Committee, and it's really coming in nicely, Scott. We've got a 95-acre park, 96 acres, I'm not sure, but no playground. So we're looking for a way to fund a playground, decided to run this festival, And boy, it's got an awful lot of things for kids and for adults. There's going to be a cornhole tournament for adults, a car show, a Jeep show, antique tractors, food trucks. I think we've got 8 food trucks now under contract. So
is there any Italian food?
Yes.
I'm there. Well, I gotta be there anyways, don't I?
No, yes, you do. And
okay.
Yeah.
You're going to be there.
I will definitely be there. I'll be running my little buns off.
That'll be something I didn't. That was a mental picture I didn't need. Thanks for that.
No, there's going to be bounce houses for kids, pumpkin painting, face painting, a kids safe archery area. It's in a contained area, so I had questions myself, but
do we get to shoot the kids?
No.
With the bows and arrows?
No, the kids get to shoot at targets.
It could be like Nerf bows and arrows.
Yeah.
They have the Nerf guns.
No, I found out quite a bit about it last night, and it's totally safe and should be a good time. There's going to be a pedal pull for kids.
Oh, okay, that's cool.
Little pedal pull tractors.
Power Wheels demo derby?
I haven't considered that yet. I think we're running out of time, but boy, there's a thought for next year.
There you go. Maybe the Wiener Dog Nationals will get there next year.
And by the way, if anybody is interested in working on just helping during the day on the day of our event, we need about 100 volunteers, and right now we've got about 40. So
you're 40% there.
To effectively pull off this show, we need a lot of people. We're expecting a couple hundred cars in the classic cars and race cars. It's an all wheels car show. The Jeep people, Glass City Crawlers are pretty much assured of bringing a couple hundred Jeeps. And the tractor part of it looks like it's going to be a big thing. So I'm excited, and it's a great family day. And
Saturday, October 9th from 10 a.m. to 5 p.m. at Whiteford Stone Cove Community Park.
Whiteford Stone Cove Park, 7100 Whiteford Road. It's just 2 miles north of Alexis, so it's very convenient.
Right around the corner from the Ron Miller Race Car Studio 2.0.
Actually, in our backyard, if you walk the rail the other way.
Maybe I'll park over here then.
Yeah, there you go.
Let's play How Many. First, let's recap last week's How Many, which was the number of the winning car Saturday at Eldora, which was, what do you got there, Jerry? Is that your microphone?
Now Jerry froze up.
Oh, there he goes. He's moving again. I don't know what's going on over there. So last week,
you asked him to mute himself.
Last week's
Jerry, unmute yourself.
I don't know what's going on. I've lost all control. The number of the winning car last Saturday at Eldora for the 50th World 100, which was 49. And our among us on the show was Riley last week, who was a go-kart driver for Corey McCoy.
Oh, yeah.
She was closest. She picked 32. Wait,
okay.
I don't hear the noise anymore. What'd you do?
I dropped the damn mic.
That fixed it.
It's all better.
Why didn't you drop it earlier? All right. So, there you go. Maybe that's how I should fix my race car. Just drop it.
I've heard of mic drops, but usually it breaks something. This fixed it.
There you go. Jerry did the mic drop. So our online winner.
Don't tell Jackie this was a birthday present.
Oh, I thought I saw she's watching on the big screen or something in the comments there. Matt Swander was our winner. Matt Swander was our winner. He picked 49, and he gets a Big D's pizza that he said he would like to donate. Have Dean Henry donated, probably to first responder. He's a big on the first responders thing. Also, he doesn't want to drive from Indiana to Clyde.
But it would be worth the drive.
It would be. I would almost take it, but I wouldn't take it away from a first responder. Now I want pizza. I'm hungry. Damn it. This week's How Many? Your chance to win a Big D's pizza is we're going to do Bomber Spectacular. How many bombers are going to show up Saturday to compete for that 1,000 to win Bomber Spectacular, $100 for the hard charger from Dittman Motorsports? since Riley is not here this week, we'll make Jerry go first.
Yeah.
Hey, wait.
We just took a vote.
Yeah.
2 out of 3 of us said Jerry goes first.
38?
48.
48 or 40. Okay, I was going to say 38. A little low. All right, Ron, what do you got?
52.
52. Man, you guys are putting me in a box again.
You can go low, you can go high.
I'm going to split the difference and go with 50. Going right in the middle. So if you'd like a chance to win a Big D's Pizza, put your guest in our comments.
As about a dozen people have already done.
It looks like the highest is 72 and the lowest is 5, which I think is probably going to be wrong. You're only allowed to guess once, so make it count. First guess is all that counts. Well, if you guess more than once, you get black flagged. The flags are back over there. Don't make me walk over there and get the flag. We'll give you until 10 a.m. on Saturday morning. No, we'll give you till noon. So if you're listening to us on Stitcher or Google Podcasts, you can still get down on this. Just hit up our Facebook page and find the Facebook Live video, or go to our YouTube page and make sure to follow us there too. Like us, whatever. And you can put your guess in on the YouTube page as well in the comments. So there you go. And you'll win a Big D's Pizza. Whoever's closest. If there's a tie, we will spin the Big D's Pizza wheel. And now I really want pizza. Man, I'm making myself hungry. Speaking of Big D's, let's check out this the Big D's Pizza racing menu for this weekend. Everything's happening Saturday, and we also have Ryan Weekman's going to tell us about the weather here. And spoiler alert, it's looking pretty good. Toledo Speedway is hosting the Central Transport Glass City 200 with the ARCA CRA Super Late Model Series and the Outlaw Super Late Models, each going 100 laps. Plus the CRA Junior Late Models. Gates open at noon on Saturday. Racing at 5. General admission is $26. The rain date is Sunday at 1 o'clock. Doubt you're going to need that, though. Shady Bowl. It's the Ohio 300 Late Model race number 4. 4,000 to win. Whew. Late models. Last point race.
Final race in the Ohio 300 series.
Modified Street Stock Cylinder Cars Crown Vics. Is that right?
That's all new winners races. Yep. The is the only race that's everybody's eligible. All the other classes will be races that are going to be for those who have not won a feature at Shady Bowl Speedway.
Huh.
So guys that have hired other drivers, stuff like the way I understand it.
Ever, okay. So there'll be first-time feature winners.
Ever, okay.
Saturday night at Shady Bowl.
It's all and if you've won in another class, then you're not eligible. I mean, like if you've won in the street stock, that's a win.
Can't run a Crown Vic.
So if you're still, you can't run a Crown Vic. You can't run a late model. Yeah, you're
way to punish the successful drivers. Okay. What time?
It's going to be a pretty neat deal. Going to start practice at 3 o'clock. Going to be racing, shooting for racing at 7 o'clock. Obviously, with qualifying, things like that. And during practice, if there's an oil down, sometimes it makes us run a little bit late. But hopefully, we get things started right at 7 this week.
All right, Bomber Spectacular at Oakshade Raceway, 1,000 to win for that. Late model sportsmen and compacts also in action. Gates open at 4. Racing at 7 o'clock at Oakshade. General admission $14. Fremont Speedway's in action with Roots Poultry Night, featuring the Fast 410 Sprints, the Boss Non-Wing Sprints, 305 Sprints, and Dirt Trucks. Gates open at 4. Racing at 7. General admission $18 for that show. Sandusky Speedway in action with Championship Night, with the Renegades, Pure Stocks, Modifieds, and Beginner Stocks. Pit gates open at 3. Main gate opens at 4. Racing at 7. General admission $12 at Sandusky Speedway. And Montpelier Motor Speedway, it's Fan Appreciation Night, featuring UMP Modified, Super Stocks, Compacts. Racing at 7:30. General admission is $10 there. So that is what's on the menu for this weekend, and it's all on Saturday.
Hey, Dean said there's another item on the menu. You might want to look in the chat.
Go-kart race in Clyde is... Oh, the go-kart race in Clyde.
Oh, the street race.
Yeah, I don't think they had that last year, did they?
Yeah, I don't think they did.
I don't remember us talking about it for sure.
Oh. Is that the one where you kiss the cow, or was that a different race? I always get that mixed up. That must have been. That was a different race. That must have been.
This is my first wedding.
Let's check out the weekend weather pit stop with Ryan Weekman and find out how things are looking for this weekend.
Here is your weekend weather pit stop forecast. I'm First Alert meteorologist Ryan Weekman. Looks like we're all focused in on Saturday, and I'm telling you, this weekend's forecast looks fantastic. Whether you're going to be at the speedways or you're going to be in the backyard, you're going to be just fine. I expect dry conditions for Toledo, Shady Bowl, Oak Shade, Fremont, Sandusky, and Montpelier. Everything looks dry. Temperatures in the afternoon will probably reach into the lower 80s. Race time temperatures in the evenings will likely fall back down into the 70s. But again, very quiet weather for the upcoming weekend. Hope you guys all have fun. That's been your weekend weather pit stop forecast. I'm First Alert meteorologist Ryan Weekman.
There he goes. Forgot to unmute. I made sure my headphones were on the right way so that Ryan would take off in the right direction. So, those of you that listen to us in mono, you're missing out. Missing out in the stereo. Thanks to our associate producer, Dave Kemmer, puts together a lot of our notes. Field correspondents, Matt Swander, John Young, Doug Dock, every once in a while helps us out too. Next week on the show, Spencer Baston. Plus, it's our 4-year anniversary, show number 198. We're going to be giving away cavalcade tickets for Sandusky Speedway. That race coming up October 3rd. Actually, it's that whole weekend, but I believe the tickets are just for the main event on Saturday. That is all happening next Thursday night on the show, and I think we'll have to make it so that you have to actually be listening live to win those Sandusky Speedway tickets, because we'll give those away that night.
Good idea.
There's ways. The Sandusky Speedway guys use the same system we do for their live broadcasts, and you can have people type in a hashtag, and then the system somehow will find the hashtag and randomly pick a winner. Kind of like the Big D's Pizza Wheel, but it's a little different.
Nice.
So that's next week on the show. So if you want to win that, hang out for that. Before we leave, though, we do have Hammer Down Hotline playback, and we got it's an interesting one. Again, if you want to call us, be on the show for whatever reason, 419-318-3081. That's 419-318-3081. All you got to do is call, and you'll be on the Hammer Down Hotline right before the end of the show, like now.
Hey, guys, this is Todd from PA Posse Country. Just wanted to give a shout-out to Big D's Pizza. They got a lot of airtime at the Tuscarora 50 this past weekend with Cap Henry on the number 4 car. So every time the car hit the track, they were talking about the Big D's Pizza machine. So that was pretty cool. And listen to you guys every week on Stitcher on the podcast. So keep up the good work. Talk to you soon. See you, boys.
You okay?
Yeah, that was the other call. I like the first call. The second call, in normal speed, it sounded the same. I have no idea what the guy said.
All right.
So I just sped it up.
I mean, they whole thing in Maine. I'm just going to go to the race in Maine.
It kind of sounded like the Cajun guy from was it the Water Boy?
Oh, gee.
That was pretty much what it was. So, there you go. Again, next week, Spencer Baston will be our guest, and we'll be giving away the Sandusky Speedway tickets. And make sure to check out hammerdownracingreport.com for pretty much anything you need to know about the show. Follow us on Facebook. Like us on Facebook. Even if you don't like us. Just
make sure you get to a racetrack somewhere this weekend. Season's winding down.
And also, if you want to nominate us for the Toledo City Papers Best of Toledo under the podcast category, go for it. I'm not going to stop you. I'm not going to beg for votes this year, though, like we did last year. We'll probably mention it a few times.
Yeah.
But once or twice.
Yeah. But if you'd like to nominate us, I may have nominated us earlier today just because it popped up and I was like,
why
whatever.
not?
So the link to it is on our Facebook page. I shared that earlier today. So you can find that there. It's under it's in the media section.
Once we're nominated,
then you got to vote every day. I think you can only nominate once per email address.
Right. But once the voting starts, you can vote once per day. Okay.
And that probably won't start until November, I think.
Yeah.
Because they're taking the nominees through mid-October. So you got about a month.
And it takes them a while to count that high.
It does. Usually we find out in December who the nominees are. So maybe it's not till December. No, I don't know.
Yeah,
I don't know. Just nominees, whatever. Thanks, Oakshade Raceway, Real Geese Silhouette Decoys, Big D's Pizza, Ron Miller Race Cars, Freeze Frame Photos, and Dittman Motorsports. Please support those that support us. They keep us going. If it wasn't for them, then we probably wouldn't be doing this. We started out in the radio station studios, and now we're in the Ron Miller Race Car studios.
Yeah.
With our own studio.
And it works pretty well, really.
Pretty soon we'll be having our own network.
Yeah. Again, if somebody wants to help out on the Whiteford Fall Festival, hit me up. We need a lot of volunteers for the day of the festival. Hit me up. Thank you.
Am I a volunteer?
Yeah, yes, you are.
Oh, I thought this was a paid deal.
Yeah.
You're making me work for free on my birthday.
You and I will make a trip to the food trucks.
All right. That'll work. I like that. We'll see you next week. Tune in live, 7 o'clock, right here, Facebook, Twitter, and YouTube. And also, like I said,
Stitcher.
Well, listen to us on Stitcher like they do in Pennsylvania. Go. Shout out to the PA posse. Am I allowed to do that from Ohio?
Yeah.
Did I just piss off all? All right, we're leaving. Hopefully we'll be back next week.
Bye, everybody.
See ya.
Oh, I got to find the... Oh, there it is. Okay, bye-bye.
You have been listening to the Hammer Down Racing Report, available on demand on iTunes, Google Podcasts, Spotify, or your favorite podcasting platform.